Good afternoon on this freezing cold 4-degree afternoon. It's quite chilly still in here. This morning's poem is called Morning Song by Sylvia Plath. Love set you going like a fat gold watch. The midwife slapped your foot soles and your bald cry took its place among the elements. Our voices echo, magnifying your arrival. New statue. In a drafty museum, your nakedness shadows our safety. We stand round blankly as walls. I am no more your mother than a cloud that distills a mirror to reflect its own slow effacement at the wind's hand. All night your moth breath flickers among the flat pink roses. I wake to listen. A far sea moves in my ear. One cry and I stumble out of bed, cow-heavy and floral in my Victorian nightgown. Your mouth opens, wide as a cat's. The window square whitens and swallows its dull stars. And now you try your handful of notes. The clear vowels rise like balloons. It's time for some yoga. You'll probably find in this cold weather, if you're anything like me, everything feels really stiff and sore. So please don't push it too hard. We'll start in the stick because that might warm us up a bit. Feeling the balance between the sandwich of you, the slice of bread underneath, and the slice of bread on top. Trying to feel an evenness between the underneath and the on top. Between the in-breath and the out-breath. And then slowly lowering without collapsing your shoulders and softening your feet and really loosening the ankles, toes, knuckles, shoulders, rib cage, spine, feeling there's a moving through the whole body just however it wants to move for you. And then try still with your belly on the floor, curling your toes under and letting your knees lift up with soft buttocks and a face straight ahead. So now you're not suspended, you're resting in the hips and the pubis, the pubic abdomen and the toes. And then very slowly release the legs. Slowly, slowly, slowly. And then push into your elbows and slowly drop your head. And as you inhale, look forward and draw the sternum toward the ball in front. And as you exhale, you drop the head again, lifting the chest. Being mindful of the cramping in the feet, particularly in the cold weather, and forward and up. And the exhale is rounding. And inhale forward and up. And exhale, releasing the hands. Taking the elbows by the waist and the hands round about the armpits, lifting into the cobra. You can do a lot of little cobras or a couple of big ones. Feeling the snake within you. the rubber spine. Slowly down. And up again. Don't push it too hard. Let it lift all by itself. And down. Just as many as you want to do. I'm going to do 3. One more. And bend the elbows to come down. Forehead to the floor. Right cheek to the floor. Left cheek to the floor. Right cheek. Left. Forward. Push and up. Walking the hands back till you're in a cat. And pause. And relax your buttocks. And relax your anus. And your heels. And your calves. Sink a little bit into your knees and your hands. Your right arm is going to reach forward and your left leg is going to reach back. And reverse. Your left arm is forward, your right leg is back. And release. Elbows to the floor. Interlace. Lift the head a bit so you really hang the chest. Let it sway like the hammock between the 2 trees. Curl the toes. Lift up the knees. Slowly let the neck go. Slowly soften the legs. Feel the feet. Finding the ease to allow the toes to relax. The heels to lift, the buttocks to lighten. And then the knees come to the floor. The feet flatten. The face lifts, the hands release, and we'll come onto the knees. A little bouncing, perhaps, with this music. And then left bottom goes down and up. And right bottom goes down and up. Left bottom goes down and up. Right bottom goes down and up. Left bottom goes down and stays there. And you kind of settle into that, turning to the right, holding onto your right leg. Squeezing tight so you can push down, so you can stretch tall right through the crown of your head. Now looking over your right shoulder, hold whatever you want to hold. Turn the waist. Don't go too hard. Soften your buttocks. Don't lift your chin too high. Put a candle flame on top of your head. And slowly release. Coming onto the left side. Straightening your legs. Right hand in front. Turning the right toe down a little bit like the sulphur-crested cocky's foot, and then lifting up and down. Imagine you're pulling a piece of elastic. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, hold, Let him fly. And release. Coming up slowly, as gracefully as you can, which is hard. Back to those knees. Left. Right. Left. Right and staying. Settling, wriggling, adjusting. Whatever needs to be adjusted. Turning to the left to hold the left leg, ankle, foot. To grip the left shin, ankle, foot, calf. To lift the chest. To soften the throat. To turn the head. To gaze behind you. To breathe through the discomfort. Through the tightness. Through the resistance. And then slowly back onto the right side. Make sure your feet are evenly on top of each other. The left hand can support in front. The toes of the left foot are turned down a bit, and we go up and down, and up and down, and up and down, and up and hold. And release, and come up. Once more onto your knees. I'll turn so you can see me. Now the knees a little wider apart so the bottom can lift. And you just drop back a little bit. Taking your arms behind you, let them hang. Pubic bone is reaching forward, sternum is reaching across. Head is looking over the left shoulder. Right arm is lifting. Left hand is coming down. Right arm is reaching over. Maybe bending the elbow. Maybe stroking the side of your head. And down. And release. Turning to the right, left hip forward. Right arm hanging, left arm lifting. Right hand holding. Back arching. Left elbow can bend if it wants to, perhaps to hold the side of the right ear. Coaxing with your breath, releasing, bringing the hands in front, curling the toes and lifting, coming up, stretching a bit. Knees can be still a bit bent if they need to be. Pardon my pun. Squeeze the toes. Lift the toes. Squeeze the toes. Lift the toes. Reach into the heels. Reach into the heels of the hands. Reach into the fingers and the toes and the heels of the heels and the heels of the hands, and gradually move your way through the resistance in your hamstrings, in your shoulders, in your back,
And from here we're nearly to the dog, so take your hands to the front of the mat, step a little bit further back with your feet and see how that feels. And forward to the plank and back to the dog and up with the left leg and left leg forward by left thumb. Ho, ho, ho. Not today in this cold. So now we're lunging. The arms are out and up. And down. And sink. And straighten your back leg. So curl your right toes and straighten. Really lift up the knee. And then push into the front foot. Stretch the front knee. Try to get your back heel down. And lower. And up. And lower. And step back to the dog. Into the plank. Dog. Right leg. Reaches. Straighten that knee if you can, both knees if you can. Then right foot forward. This one just makes it. Left knee drops. Lunging. Body's very much less keen to move in this weather. And then we'll come up. And out with the arms. And up with the chest. And together. And down. Hands to the floor. Curl the toes in the back and stretch the back knee. You're going to reach the back heel toward the floor. And down. And back. Just the right amount of pressure. Don't push it too hard. And back to the dog. Right foot forward, left foot follows. Knuckles on the floor. Knees a bit bent. Stretch the legs. And then as you soften the knees, you come up. Strong fists beside. Strong fists, gripping, holding, long arms. Gripping, holding, taking 2 fists. Strongly, firmly to touch above you, to push your feet into the floor. And then spread the fingers, reaching back. And opening, holding the space on the palms of your hands. Then we're going to have something like a ball in the left hand's going up and over to catch, and up and over to catch. Up, 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 and hold, and lift, and prayer position down. And bend the knees and stand up. And open. And slide down, lift the middle. Pressing your hands down. Bending your knees, uncurling. And standing. Prayer position. Left hand is going to the left side. Don't turn your hips. And back. This music will finish in a minute. And right.
and back and left. Smooth. The sea is getting smoother. And right. And back. And release the hands. And left arm back. And right arm back. And left arm and right and left and right. And stand. He's nearly finished. Let's salute the sun. So again, you lift the toes up, and then when you press into your feet, you lengthen them out. So spread them, make them longer. Longer through the balls, longer through the arches, longer through the heels, the toes, longer through the hands, lifting the arms. Prayer position forward and down. Fold into Uttanasana. Bending the knees. Palms to come together into the chair. Rising up. Feeling your front spine grow longer and your back spine disappear. Opening. Singing the arms. Singing the legs. Singing the throat, lifting. Gently down. Kissing the floor with your fingers. Kissing the knees with your forehead. Pausing. Breathing, feeling. Allowing the yoga to work its magic. And I will ground the hands and step back into the dog. Bringing your right knee forward to your right thumb. And tucking your right heel under your left hip. And coming nice as flat as you can. So do as much adjustment as you need to make this as comfortable as you need to. And maybe you can put a pillow under your forehead or a bolster or blankets. While you're down, you might like to try bending that back knee to see how it feels. And flexing it to see how that feels, in case you want to do something more with it later. And then down with the toes, bouncing off, bouncing off, bouncing off. Then relax the foot. To really drop it for a moment. And then you can lift your head and ease your way up. And settle. Beautiful pigeon. You can do any variation you want to. I know some of you like this. So I'm just going to do my usual, which is bending my back knee and holding my back ankle. That's the left hand, right hand on left ankle. If you can get a bit further back and a bit more upright, you can release this front arm and take it to the ceiling above you. Come onto the fingertips, gives it as nice to do. Releasing it when you're ready.
The toes ready curled under, so it's easy enough to step back into Mr. Dog. And a few into the plank if you want to, just to sort of... Sometimes the body likes a bit more movement rather than the staying. Now it's going to be the left knee to the left thumb and the left heel under the right hip to come down. Now go really gingerly. There are no prizes. There are no ribbons. It's all about how your body feels to you. How your breath speaks to your body. How they sing a duet together. Again, try bending the right knee and do a little movement with the flexing of the feet and a little bouncing. You know, the body quite likes this rhythm and the repetition. Anything you want to do that's different from me, please do. And we're coming up again. So don't necessarily do the same as you did with the other side. You have to see how this side feels, and it will be left hand on right ankle. When you're ready, you come down. You curl those toes in the back, and as you lift the back knee, the bottom has to lift up too, and you step back to the dog. Now we do the vinyasa. So you need to get the buttocks really high to begin. So you inhale, push, breathe, then you lift your heels and soften your knees. Come forward, over the toes. It's smooth, and up and over the toes into down dog. Left heel in, right foot forward. Standing facing the left side. We're sliding down the right leg with the right hand. Keep the right hip forward. Taking your left arm to the ceiling. Looking up, Trikonasana. And very slowly release it. Just really make it slow motion. And then back to the dog. Now I haven't done Trikonasana for a long time because of issues with sacroiliac joints, but I'm pretty sure that provided you keep that second hip forward, you won't hurt yourself. But if you have pain in it, don't do it. You can always do a side warrior in lieu. So you've got heels, knees, face, elbows, toes, face, bottom, toes and back. Be patient with yourself. Right heel in, left foot between the thumbs. Standing facing the right side. So you're going to take your right arm behind perhaps, Left hand's going to slide down left shin. It's quite good if you've got a block. That'll help, something to hold on to. But make sure this top hip's not looking too high up, so bring it down. Then the right arm's going up. And you can look straight ahead or look to the ceiling. And gently, slowly release it. And step back into dog. Heels, knees, elbows, toes and up, push up and over. Right foot between the thumbs, left foot follows. Bottom rises. Face to the shins. If you've got a bad back, bring your chest and look forward, then bend the knees. Interlace in front into the chair. And stand. Now make a little rainbow. It goes from there right over the ceiling. And a big circle. And stand. We're coming straight down. And over, and up, and back, and sit, and back, and hold your back. Take your left leg to the ceiling, and rotate, and reverse. And just let the knee bend and let that hang a bit. And slowly over. And right, lifts up. And rotates. And bend. And reverse. And reverse. And onto your back. Knees bent. Now you need the legs to balance like the house of cards. So hip width apart with the feet. And evenly so they're not tipping in and they're not falling out. If you want something under your head, you put something under your head. See if you can soften your belly. You're going to take your hands and just feel here in the groin, the base of the psoas muscles. It's like a hammock with these long muscles coming all the way up to the shoulder blades. So you let them lengthen. So let's roll a little bit forward with the bottom toward the heels. And then just breathe out and let the whole thing sink down. Inhale forward. Exhale, sink. Inhale forward. Exhale, sink. At the same time, we introduce the whoo sound in the mouth. So when you're rolling toward your heels, it's the in-breath. And as you roll back, you go like saying who. Let's try to stay one beat longer than the exhale. So go a little bit longer when you breathe out. This is something you can do at home for 5 or 10 minutes. It's beautiful to do. And now we'll bring the knees toward, embrace and squeeze. Lower the head, take the arms wide. Take the two knees to the left a bit and to the right a bit. If you open them, it's easier, so the left one can sneak down to the elbow and the right one can follow, and the left, and the right one can give it a little kiss, and the right, and then the left one gives it a little kiss, and open, and the hips start to feel confident enough, to relax enough, to know you're not going to hurt them with your posture. And when you think you've done enough of this preparation, you can have one knee on top of the other and hold with the appropriate hand. Now you need to stop and just flop. Flop, flop, flop. And turn away from the knees. And relax. Relax through the whole of that twist. Relax through the whole of that twist. Relax through the whole of that twist. Let all of the kinks disappear. Let all of the fear float into the air. Like the effacement of that cloud in the pond. And then you can very slowly do the other side. So taking, I don't know which knee you have first, but the opposite knee is going over. And the left one, the other one's going to give a little kiss and you hold.
Put a little bit of pressure with that hand that's holding. You don't have to, but you can, and then you can let the head slip to the other side and relax. And the body needs quite a few breaths to fully relax. It takes quite a few breaths. And then you can release it again. And put the right foot on the floor and hold onto the side of the left foot and take it down beside you. So the knee sits by your armpit and the heel sits directly above the knee. And the other leg can stay where it is bent, or it can straighten out. You have to try it. I'm going to leave mine bent. This hip's a bit bothersome today. Now have a look and make sure the heel is directly above the knee. You're going to lift that knee and take the heel into the right groin and the knee forward. So you're going to turn your ankle, really support your ankle, and your other arm can go above your head or out to the side. And just relax it there, and if you want to, and if you can straighten your right leg and see how that goes. You can half straighten it if you're nearly there. It's not a competition. There are no brownie points. It's about how you feel during and after each posture. When you're ready, just release the foot, straighten out that leg, take the other arm above the head, unless your shoulder doesn't like that. And then reach the heels away till the heels are off the floor. And I'm just going to start to rotate the ankles. I'm hitting something there. And reverse. And stop. And feet again. Bending the right knee, holding onto the side of the right foot, taking the knee down beside you. And if you want to straighten the left leg, you do. Or you can leave it bent. Or you can straighten it a bit. You can kind of crawl it away a bit as it gets easier. But make sure this right heel hasn't fallen away from its position. And then you can try moving the right heel into the left groin and taking the knee forward and either straightening the left leg or leaving the knee bent.
Have a fiddle and a fidget if you need to. Experiment. Try new stuff out. And then we'll release the leg and straighten it out. And bring the arms beside you. Then bend the knees, lift the bottom, thumbs underneath, hook the thumbs, and then see if you can get your elbows together. Be careful of your shoulder. Sitting on your long, narrow arms. Straightening your legs. Then lift your head, reach into your elbows, roll onto your hands. I have a watch on, so it's awkward. So sitting up as tall as you can, and then arching for the fish. And lifting and easing carefully to sit. I'll do this one this way. I hope you can see it properly. So bending your knees and holding the sides of your feet. It's going to slide a bit and then wriggle close to your thighs. Grip firmly with your hands and then just start to push the heels, keeping glued to your thighs through your trunk. So you may not get very far. And releasing. And we better do a spine twist. So we bend the left knee and put the right foot beside the left thigh and the left arm around the right knee, rotating to the right. Looking over your right shoulder. And releasing. And bending your right knee. And putting your left foot by your right thigh and your right arm around your left knee. This one doesn't want to do it for me today. So left foot beside right thigh. Rotating to the left. And when you're ready, you release. And it's time for Shavasana. So making yourself comfortable, lying on your back or sitting if you want to.
you completely let go. And be aware, particularly, of your exhaling breath. So you sort of let your inhale look after itself. And as you breathe out, you take your breath and you fire it as if you were pouring liquid through a funnel. And we could start perhaps aiming the funnel, that's with the narrow end down, into the navel. So you're going to fill up this funnel in the navel and let it go all the way down through you, and perhaps underneath you there are some roots or something you could be watering. And as you inhale, just relax. And just let the lower back arch a bit, because that's what it wants to do. And then as you inhale, it's a little sense of diving down. Or if you want to too, you can reverse that. So you can exhale down through your funnel. Then the inhale will rise up, perhaps like a fountain. Then the exhale is, and the inhale is. So however you want to visualize this is up to you. Your mind and your awareness will probably determine that. Or if you don't want to do anything and just lie there, that's perfectly fine. After all that yoga, your brain is not going to be trying to work out mathematical puzzles. It should just be content to be. And you see after a while how that feels. And maybe again you could introduce this who as part of the breathing. So if you can manage 10 of these breaths, it's a good rule of thumb. And this is something, particularly if you're feeling pretty stressed out, or anxious or down, or even just excited. A couple of times a day, just stop. Wherever you are, you can do it sitting, lying, resting, anywhere. Perhaps not behind the wheel of the car. And your body will respond in its own way. So you don't have to worry about what you're supposed to feel. What you are feeling is right for you. Now if you want to change this, some people would prefer to do this in the Anahata chakra and the heart, so you can do the same thing. So this is more into the diaphragmatic breathing rather than the abdominal breathing. But here you can focus on the chest. That's often an easy one to feel. It opens the heart, softens the hands. and stops the talking. And one more if you want to have a go, is the Ajna chakra. So this is a very light breath in the nose. Again, using a very light Ujjayi breath. When you breathe out, you focus between your eyebrows. And when you breathe in, it's as if you almost open the lid of your skull. And watch the fireworks. Now just let all of that go. And visualize that you are no longer inside your body, but you've formed like a collective carpet that is covering the whole of the earth. And underneath you, the earth is breathing, and when it inhales, you feel your whole body being slightly lifted toward the sky. And as the breath exhales, you feel the sky softening down just a little toward you, as if it's sort of taking care of you. So you can allow yourself to be taken care of. But it's time to leave the floor and return to perhaps the more humdrum or social aspects of your life. So when you're ready, if you can wriggle yourself awake. Find yourself somewhere to sit. And just have the hands open on the lap. And then if you close the fingers like so, we're going to just try opening the little finger on the right hand, and then the next finger, and the next, and the next, and the thumb, and then on the left hand, or you can one hand and then the other. It doesn't matter which hand to start. And we'll just do a breath on each of these digits, all right? So we'll start off, I'm starting on my little finger on the right hand, but you can do whatever you want to. So it's just 10 breaths. So you inhale, you open, and exhale. Inhale, the next one opens, and exhale. Inhale the third, inhale the fourth, inhale the fifth, inhale the other hand, little one, inhale the next one, and the third, and the fourth, and the fifth. And then you can relax your hands. Maybe just sit them in your lap or put them on your knees. And just close your eyes and be in the space behind you. Really reach right back until you touch whatever wall's there. And remember, when you're feeling sorry for yourself, the best thing you can possibly do for yourself is to do something for somebody else. Thank you all. Namaste.